Indian Armed Forces avenged Pahalgam attack 15 days after Lashkar terrorists targeted the tourists in Jammu and Kashmir, killing 26 innocent civilians. A total of 9 terror camps were targeted and destroyed inside Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir in a span of 25 minutes. That's the duration of Operation Sindoor, a joint campaign of Indian Army, Navy and Air Force under the code name Operation Sindoor. India said that the strikes carried out overnight between 1:05 and 1:25 a.m. local time delivered justice to the victims of the Pahalgam terror attack. Now, let's take a look at the terror facilities India dismantled to prevent future attacks. Number one is the Savai Nala camp. Now, this camp is situated in Muzaffarabad, as you can see here on the wall. It's in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir's Muzaffarabad, and this was a training center for the Lashkar-e-Taiba terrorists involved in October 2024 attack in Sonmarg, the attack in the Gulmarg, and also the April 22nd, 2025 attack in Pahalgam. All the terrorists were trained here in the number one terror camp, that's Savai Nala in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir's Sonmarg. The second camp is Sayyidina Bilal camp, another terror hub which is also situated in Muzaffarabad. So that's the second camp which India targeted. This was a staging area of terror group Jaish-E-Muhammad. And this was also a weapons, explosives and forest survival training center. The third camp is Gulpur terror camp in Kotali in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. This was perhaps a base camp of Lashkar-e-Taiba that was active in Rajouri and Poonch areas of Jammu and Kashmir, and it's just 30 kilometers from line of control. That's where this camp is situated. Now on and June 9th as well, 2024 attack on a bus of pilgrims. So all the terrorists were trained here in this camp. So we're talking about the Poonch attackers trained here in the Kotli Gulpur camp, and the pilgrims bus attackers were also trained here in the Kotli Gulpur camp, which is situated in POK. The fourth camp is Barnala camp in POJK's Bhimbir, which is located around 9 kilometers from the line of control. That's the situation of the Bhimbir camp in POK. This was also a weapons and explosives handling and jungle survival training center. Then we move forward to the Abbas camp, which is situated in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir's Kotli as well. It's located around 13 kilometers from the line of control. And this camp, the Abbas camp located in Kotli, was a training center for the Lashkar suicide bombers. It had a capacity to train 15 terrorists at one time. Now look at the terror hubs targeted inside Pakistan. Number one, the Sarjal Sialkot camp, which is situated in Pakistan, Sialkot. This is the terror center where terrorists responsible for killing 4 J&K police personnel in March 2025 were trained, and it's just 6 kilometers from LOC. Moving on, Mehmoona Joya camp in Pakistan, Sialkot. Now, Pathankot Air Force Base camp attack was planned here and carried out from this terror camp. Moving on to the Lashkar-e-Taiba camp in Pakistan's Muridke. Terrorists who participated in the 2008 Mumbai attacks, they were trained at the Lashkar-e-Taiba Murkede, and it's just 25 kilometers from the international border. Terrorists like Ajmal Kasab and David Headley were training at this camp, at the Lashkar-e-Taiba camp in Muridke. Well, Markaz Subhanallah in Pakistan's Bahawalpur, and this is the headquarters of Jaish-e-Muhammad, where recruitment, training and indoctrination were carried out, and it's 100 kilometers from the international border. All right, we are now being joined by Major General Ayan Kadazo, former Indian Army officer and author. Welcome to WION, sir. First up, Thank you so much for taking our time and being here with us. You fought in the 1971 war. At this point of time, the Pakistan Prime Minister has said that Pakistan has the right to respond to Operation Sindoor. Do you think Pakistan has the wherewithal to actually fight a war with India?
It is evident from the recent broadcast that you just made that Pakistan is prepared to step back. I think they don't have the wherewithal economically to continue to fight this war, and therefore perhaps reason has prevailed and they are prepared to stop this ongoing war if India responds. See, war is not good. They are possibly not in a situation to respond. I think we should look at this and consider how we should
carry out any further attacks. Pakistan is ready to wrap up tensions. How do you read that statement coming out of Pakistan?
I read that statement to say that Pakistan is aware that it is in no position to fight India on this issue, and they are prepared to back down. However, India, therefore, is at the top of the situation, and India needs to tell Pakistan, will you commit to say that you will not conduct any further terrorist operations in J&K? Maybe they will say yes, maybe they will say no. And if they say yes, they may still do what they want to do subsequently. But I think we have conveyed the message appropriately. We have done enough damage. And I think maybe we should consider their offer to back down with a little bit of grace.
Right, sir. You do speak of how Pakistan is perhaps ready to back down after that statement from Pakistan's defense minister. There's also another front which has opened up because Masood Azhar's family members were also killed in India's Operation Sindoor. And Azhar has now threatened revenge. How do you see that panning out?
As I said earlier, even if Pakistan as a country states that it will not resort to terrorism, and it has never resorted to terrorism, there are factions within Pakistan which will carry out this war of terrorism. So we need to consider as to what our action should be. Should we say, okay, we will not conduct any further attacks, or we carry on the momentum of what we want and punish them further?
Right, my last question to you, sir. Do you think that this Operation Sindoor was a deterrent, or are you expecting more such attacks and terror camps from New Delhi, keeping in mind that this was phase 1 of Operation Sindoor?
Firstly, I would like to congratulate the country in naming this Operation Sindoor, because it has resonance with all the widows of those who have died in.
Sharif, just a short while ago, said that Pakistan reserves the right to respond. And you fought the 1971 war. Reports suggest that Pakistan does not even have the wherewithal to continue for a war just for 4 days. But if Pakistan does retaliate, what kind of strikes or what targets will it aim at?
I think the only option for them is to attack across the line of control. As far as India is concerned, if they do that, it is to our advantage, because we have not been able to go across the line of control because of our ethical behavior and attitude towards war. But now, since Pakistan has said the LOC no longer exists, This is an opportunity for India to capture ground across the line of control in POK, and we should use this opportunity to do so.
Right. I also want to seek your analysis with Operation Sindoor, perhaps a precision strike that did not harm civilians, no military infrastructure were targeted, just terror camps. Do you think India has been successful in calling out Pakistan's nuclear saber rattling? Because we saw in the past how Islamabad went on with nuclear rhetoric.
Yes, it certainly has. Only thing is that Pakistan is now trying to say that there has been collateral damage and many civilians have died. That's just too bad. This is something which happens because although we tried to restrict this only to terror camps, there are other civilian habitations close by which may have been hit. It's just too bad. That's an outcome of war.
So I also want to talk to you about the fact that India, this time around, the targets in POK were not shallow ones. It was deep inside Pakistan. What kind of message does that send across? And talk to us about the significance of the targets that India wiped out.
See, the attack at Bahawalpur was at a distance of approximately nearly 200 kilometers away from the line, from the IB. It goes to show that we are capable of striking into Pakistan, deep into Pakistan, and their counter air defense systems have not been able to work. And therefore, Pakistan will need to reconsider as to whether their air defense systems work or doesn't work, and they will obviously take corrective action. As far as we are concerned, the message is quite clear. We have done what we have done. We have proven that the air defense system doesn't work.
At this point of time, what will actually take Pakistan to realize that diplomatic solution is its best option on the table?
See, Pakistan is a basket case. Economically, it is in disaster. Our stance on the Indus Water Treaty, actually what Brahma Chelani has said, we have the option to leave the IWT, and we should, in fact, because there are so many years, we have been so generous to Pakistan over the Indus Water Treaty, and now it is time that we look at our own interests. There are so many projects which are hanging fire because of Pakistan's non-cooperation. We should walk out of the IWT and convey to Pakistan that this no longer holds good.
Right. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us on WION, because India has clearly taken a strong action after the punitive and diplomatic measures. India has struck 9 terror targets across POK with Operation Sindoor. But thank you so much for joining us and sharing your insights with us.
Thank you, ma'am.